All right, Shalom. This is Brother Gabar. And before I hop into this lesson, first and foremost, I'm going to give all praises to the Most High in their true Paleo-Hebrew names and in the Paleo-Hebrew tongue. All right, Yahawah being the name of the Father, which means He exists. Salakia and Yahawashi being the name of His only begotten Son, which means He delivers. All right, so without further ado, I'm going to say, Kal Halayim, La Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Ha, Rakah, Kwadash, Amamaf. All right, double honors to the apostles and elders of GMS, double honors to my elder as well, Ahar One Ben Yasharallah, and shalom to the Akim, the brothers and the women and children that sincerely believe, man. So as you can see, the title of this lesson is Believe That the Lord Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi can heal you. All right, and without further ado, I'm gonna hop straight into the scriptures, man, to hop right into the point. All right, with the first precepts come out of the book of Luke, chapter 8, and I'm gonna start at verse 43. Going on down to verse 48. All right, and this is when Yahawashi was he was teaching within the multitude, teaching and performing miracles and healing people. All right, so just for context, so this is verse 43 of Luke chapter 8. It says, and a woman having an issue of blood 12 years, which has spent all her living upon physicians, neither could be healed of any. All right, so among that multitude of people, that Yahawashi was in the midst of, as he was performing miracles and healing people, there was a woman who had an issue of blood, right? She had a continuous bleeding, without getting too graphic, right? And it says, which had spent all her living upon physicians, neither could be healed of any, right? So she spent all her living, her money, her wages, on different physicians and doctors, but none of them could heal her, right? So it says, and a woman having an issue of blood 12 years, which had spent all her living upon physicians, neither could be healed of any, came behind him, Yahawashi, and touched the border of his garment. And immediately her issue of blood snatched, right? Well, immediately it stopped, right? And all she did was, man, she sought out the Lord, Yahawashi, man, and she reached out and touched the border of his garment. All right, and immediately her issue of blood it got stopped up. It stopped. In verse 45 it says, and Yahawashi said, who touched me? When all denied, Peter and they that were with him said, Master, the multitude thronged thee and pressed thee, and thou sayest, who touched me? Right, because Yahawashi was in a midst and crowd of people, and there was a lot of people around, and you know what I'm saying. So, but man, the Lord Yahawashi, he felt that sincerity from that woman, right, and within that he felt virtue leave from himself and go within her, man. All right, so he wanted to know who was that person who, man, believed enough to reach out and touch him, knowing that they would be healed, man. All right, so it says, verse 46, and Yahawashi said, somebody have touched me, for I perceive that virtue is gone out of me. Right, man, he felt that, he felt power per se, leave out of him, man, and it went into that woman, and man, and it healed her, right? And this is why it says, and when the woman saw that she was not hid, she came trembling and falling down before him. She declared unto him before all the people for what cause she had touched him, and how she was healed immediately, man. All right, so man, the woman came forth, right? And she man, it says she was trembling and she fell down before him, man, and she declared unto him before all the people for what cause she had touched him, man. So she confessed her affliction, she confessed her infirmity or her sickness, right, in front of a multitude of people, in front of the Lord Yahawashi, and explained why she touched him, why she sought him out, man, ultimately to be healed, right? And it says, verse 48, and he said unto her, daughter, Be of good comfort. Thy faith have made thee whole. Go in peace. All right, man. And that kind of that really kind of where the lesson of this the title of this lesson came from, man, is believe that the Lord Yahawashi can heal you, man. All right, because the Lord Yahawashi spoke to her and said, man, be of good comfort. Thy faith have made thee whole, man. All right, the Lord Yahawashi make you whole, man. All right, he'll heal you of your different infirmities and sicknesses and ailments. You know what I'm saying? And all you have to do is believe on him, man. But as you can see, her faith was not without works, man. She just didn't believe and sit in her house and soak. You know what I'm saying? Nah, man, she believed, and then she sought out the Lord. You know what I'm saying? And I could imagine, man, she had to, push through some people in the crowd, get past some people to reach him, because the crowd was swarming him, man. So she had to put in some work to be able to reach out and touch the Lord's garment, man. And she also had to tell her sickness, her infirmities, man, her affliction, you know what I'm saying? She had to, man, confess it, right? And then put in the work, right? Reaching out and touching the Lord Yahawah's garment, and also just simply believing on the Lord Yahawah, man. And the Lord not only comforted her, right? He healed her. He made her whole. All right. So again, man, the Lord will heal you. He'll make you whole, right? In this truth, man. He'll make you whole in this wicked flesh, man. You know what I'm saying? He'll make your mind whole. All right. And man, he said, daughter, be of good comfort. Thy faith have made thee whole, man. So you have to believe and know that the Lord Yahawashi will heal you, man. And then put in the work and the effort to seek and take hold of that healing, man. All right. And I'm going to continue on. All right. And this next precept is going to be coming out of the book of James. All right, the book of James, chapter 2, and I'm going to get verse 17. All right, so this is the book of James, chapter 2, and verse 17, it says, even so faith, if it have not works, is dead, being alone, right? And if that woman simply, if she simply had faith and, and she had belief within the Lord Yahawashi that he could heal her, but she didn't put forth that work and seeking him out and touching his garment, you know what I'm saying? That faith would be dead. It would be alone, man. All right, because, man, your works complement your faith. All right, and vice versa, man. Your faith complements your works, because if you truly believe, if you truly believe in the Lord Yahawashi, man, you're going to put in the work. Or if you truly believe that the Lord will heal you, he'll cleanse you, he'll make you whole, he'll comfort you, right? Man, you're going to do whatever you can to get that healing, all right? And just how in the previous story, man, it said she sought out all different kinds of physicians, man, and doctors, and none were able to heal her, right? So she was putting in the work. She was putting in effort. All right. So we have to do the same thing, man. If you desire and seek to be healed, you know what I'm saying, cleansed, made whole by the Lord Yahawashi, you got to put in the work in order to do so, man. You have to, man, you have to do the work, man. You have to apply this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, to your life, inside and out. Let the law, statutes, and commandments be your lifestyle. All right, you have to have faith, and faith without wavering, faith without doubt or second guessing. Man, you gotta believe on the Lord Yahawashi wholeheartedly, holding nothing back. All right, and then apply this healing, man, because the Lord, just simply through our belief within the Lord, he has already given us the power, to heal ourselves. The medicine is in his hand, per se. You just got to take it and apply it, man. All right. And it says, verse 18, it says, yeah, A man may say, thou hast faith, and I have works. Show me thy faith without thy works, and I will show thee my faith by my works. All right, and that story is a prime example, man. Through her faith she was made whole, and her faith was shown through her works, man. Having that issue of blood, I'm pretty sure she, man, felt some shame or maybe some embarrassment or whatever the case may be, but she she girded up her loins, she powered through that, and not only sought the Lord Yahawashi in the midst of all those people, she proclaimed and professed the reason for her doing so, man. All right. And man, it's just like going to an actual doctor, to an actual physician in this world, right? If you got a physical ailment within your body, once you get in that room with the doctor, man, you gotta tell that doctor what's wrong in order to get proper treatment. You know what I'm saying? And even though the Lord already knows, it still is power within speaking it. You know what I'm saying? And man. So she showed her faith by her works. You know what I'm saying? And that's pretty much the whole point, man. Man, believe that the Lord Yahawashi can heal you, man. All right, and then put forth the works, the effort to take hold of that healing, man, to be granted that healing and that comfort and to be made whole. All right. And I'm gonna continue on. This next precept is come out of the book of Mark, chapter 3, and Salakia, 1 second. Let me find it. 1 second. You know what? I'm gonna start at verse 1. It says, and this is again speaking of Yahawashi, and it says, and he entered again into the synagogue, and there was a man there which had a withered hand, and they watched him whether he would heal him on the Sabbath day, that they might accuse him. And he saith unto the man which had the withered hand, stand forth. And he said unto them, is it lawful to do good on the Sabbath days, or to do evil, to save life, or to kill? But they held their peace. And when he had looked round about on them with anger, being grieved for the hardness of their hearts, he saith unto the man, stretch forth thine hand. And he stretched it out, and his hand was restored whole as the other, man. All right. So again, another account of a man being healed. All right. But you also see, man, you had 2/3 of our people standing around waiting to mock and to scoff, you know what I'm saying, with hardened hearts. Man, you can't have no hardened heart towards the Lord Yahawashi, man. All right. Man, you can't have no hardened heart, man. You got to have a open heart, a open mind unto the Lord Yahawashi, and again, believe that he'll heal you, man. All right, that he'll make you whole. Okay, and the point is further down. I'm gonna continue on. It says, verse 6, and the Pharisees went forth and straightway took counsel with the Herodians against him, how they might destroy him. But Yahawashi withdrew himself with his disciples to the sea, and a great multitude from Galilee followed him, and from Judea, and from Jerusalem, and from Idumea, and from beyond Jordan, and they about Tyre and Zidon, a great multitude, when they had heard what great things he did, came unto him. All right, man. So the people was hearing of the miracles and the healing that the Lord Yahawashi was performing. They was hearing the testimonies and the in the stories, right? And it's the same thing in these times, man. We could read through these stories and we could see where and when the Lord have healed people from different unclean spirits and different sicknesses and infirmities. And we have also heard, man, testimonies from those in this faith, in this truth. of the Lord, man, healing them and cleansing them and making them whole, and have seen them to be, man, living, breathing examples and testimonies of the Lord's power and his healing, man. All right. So with all that being said, man, it tell you people was coming from everywhere to seek the Lord. All right. That's how we got to be, man. No matter where you at, you know what I'm saying, man, you got to seek the Lord, Yahawashi. You got to seek that healing, man. So you can walk properly. You know what I'm saying? You know, in Khan it says, verse 9, it says, and he spake to his disciples that a small ship should wait on him because of the multitude, lest they should throng him. All right, that's how many people it was, man. It was just so many people seeking after the Lord, Yahawashi, man, to be healed, to be cleansed, to be made whole, to be comforted. All right, and man, that's also that show you how valuable this truth is, because man, we know the Lord Yahawashi, man, through the Spirit, through the Spirit, through knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. So to know. So to have knowledge of the ultimate physician, man, just like the woman, man, she went to various different physicians and doctors and they couldn't heal her, but she heard and she knew and believed on the Lord Yahawashi, right? Man, we have that same belief, you know. So, man, we are to seek him out, man. All right. Come, man, what's that? Roughly paraphrasing, man, come boldly unto the throne of grace. All right. Come boldly. All right. Don't harden your heart. You know what I'm saying? And turn from the Lord, man. Come boldly unto the throne of grace, man. Man, seek him out. All right. Seek out that physician, man. And it says, verse 10, and it says, for he had healed many, right? It's so much that they pressed upon him for to touch him, as many as had plagues. All right. So, man, he healed so many people, man, that the multitude was just pressing upon him, you know, to get their plagues and their sicknesses and infirmities and unclean spirits, man, healed and cleansed, you know, to be made whole. Right. Man, I should have looked it up before the lesson, but they said they thronged him, man. And I'm imagining, man, they was, man, fighting to get to the Lord. All right. And, you know, in a crowd of people and a multitude of people, man, it was, you know, pushing, shoving, trying to just touch the Lord, man. All right. And it says, verse 10 again, it says, for he had healed many, is so much that they pressed upon him for to touch him, as many as had plagues, right? And unclean spirits, when they saw him, fell down before him and cried, saying, thou art the Son of God, man. All right, so many had plagues and unclean spirits, but they knew that they knew and believed that the Lord, Yahawashi, could heal them, man. All right, man. And it says, verse 12, and it says, and he straitly charged them that they should not make him known. And he goeth up into a mountain and calleth upon him whom he would, and they came unto him. And he ordained 12 that they should be with him, and that he might send them forth to preach. And this is one of the points I wanted to get right here. And to have power to heal sicknesses and to cast out devils, man. All right. So not only was the Lord Yahawashi performing miracles and casting out devils and unclean spirits and healing people, right, man, he also gave that same power to his disciples, those that believed on him and chose to follow him. So in these days and time, man, you know, man, if you believe on the Lord Yahawashi, and you have and you believe on him, right, and you have and you are following him to the best of your abilities, man, the Lord have given you that same power, all right, to heal sicknesses and to cast out devils, man. And I say that to say because before we can do that to other people, man, we got to do it within ourselves. All right, the Lord has given us the power, man, through the Spirit to heal ourselves, man. All right, to cleanse ourselves of unclean spirits and to cast out devils, man. You know, demons. You know, just wicked spirits and different sicknesses and infirmities and so on and so forth. All right, so not only do you have to believe that the Lord Yahawashi can heal you, man, you have to believe that the power to the power to heal yourself already lies within you if you just believe. All right, and apply and apply works to that belief, man. All right, in truth and in sincerity. All right. And man, that was pretty much the point in that chapter, man, is, man, believing in the Lord Yahawashi and the testimonies of him healing others, right? And cleansing them of unclean spirits and casting out devils and so on and so forth, right? But also know and believe that the power to Salakia, man, the power to heal yourself, you know what I'm saying, lies within. All right. Man, you just got to tap into it, man, through faith and through works, and just and through knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, man. All right. And man, I'm going to continue on. This next precept is coming out of the book of Proverbs. And this is the book of Proverbs, chapter 26. And in verse 11, it says, "As a dog returneth to his vomit, so a fool returneth to his folly." Right? And I wanted to get this because, and that's really talking about when you first come into the truth, man. When you first receive this knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, you cling onto that and you don't turn back unto the world, which is the same as a dog returning unto his vomit. All right. But also in the sense of, man, once the Lord grants you that healing, right, and you take hold of that healing, that and it's applied unto you. You know what I'm saying? The Lord make you whole. He cleans your mind. He cleans your heart, right? He straightens your footsteps. You know what I'm saying? To walk correctly. Man, don't return unto your vomit, right? Don't return unto the very thing that made you sick. All right, man, when you got when you sick and you got an ailment within when you physically sick and you got an ailment within your body, when you throw up, because it's gonna come out one or two ways, you know what I'm saying? So when you throw up, man, that's literally your body purging itself of that said sickness. You know what I'm saying? So once you once you receive that healing, right, and is granted to you through the mercy and power of the Lord Yahawashi, you know what I'm saying? Man, don't return unto the very thing that made you sick. All right, as a fool that returneth unto his folly, man, don't be a fool. Become wise, through the Spirit of the Lord Yahawashi, man. Okay, like a man, if somebody got lung cancer, right, and they and it's just like an actual physician or a doctor, whatever, heals them of that lung cancer, man, don't go back to smoking cigarettes, And man, that was just pretty much the point, man. When the Lord heal you, do not return to the thing that made you sick. All right? Man. And that was the point in Proverbs 26 and 11. And I'm going to continue on. Just stay on the point. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 15. And Matthew 15 and verse 10, it says, and again, this is Yahawashi speaking. It says, "And he called the multitude and said unto them, Hear and understand." Right, man? Hear and understand. It says, "Not that which goeth into the mouth defileth a man, but that which cometh out of the mouth, this defileth a man." All right. So, man, when it comes to when it comes to this flesh, right, and these fleshly thoughts, these mortal thoughts, man, is not what comes into your mind that defiles you and make you sick per se, man. It's what comes out. It's the choices that you make when those thoughts and come into your mind. All right. So and man, how do you subdue your how do you subdue, these mortal thoughts and these fleshly thoughts, right? And these wicked ways, that go according to the flesh. Man, you subdue your mind, right? With the word of the Lord, Yahawashi, by the renewing of your mind, man, through the Spirit, all right, through this knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. That is how you keep. That's basically how you keep a filter, on what's coming in and what's going out. All right, and again, because man, if that sickness, man, if that sickness try to rise up within you again, man, don't go back to the very thing that made you sick, man. Man, continue to apply that medicine, you know what I'm saying, that ointment through the Spirit of the Lord, Yahawashi, man. All right, man, because again, it's not what goes into the the mouth or the mind or the body that defileth a man, is what cometh out. All right, so you got to be you have to be disciplined within your thoughts, man. All right, and again, man, filter your thoughts through the word of the Lord, Yahawashi, man. All right, and continue to walk within that healed version of you. You know what I'm saying? And man. And I'm gonna continue on, and we're gonna go back to the book of James, and this is the book of James, chapter 4 and verse 7. This is the book of James, chapter 4, starting at verse 7. It says, "Submit yourselves, therefore, to Yahawah. Resist the devil, and he will flee from you." Right? So, man, you got to submit yourself unto the Lord, Yahawashi. Again, going back to the doctor analogy, or, physician analogy in the real world. If you, say you go to the doctor, right, and you tell him your ailment, right? You tell him your sickness, you tell him your infirmities, and they say, okay, this is what you need to do. This, and this. But in your mind, in your heart, is, oh, I'm gonna do it like this, or I'm gonna do it. Nah, man, you have to submit yourself to the Lord, Yahawashi. Submit yourself to that physician, right? And take the medicine and the ointment and the instructions, right, for healing that he prescribed. You know what I'm saying? Don't go self medicate and self prescribe and trying to deal with it yourself. Nah, you have to submit unto the Lord, Yahawashi, the ultimate physician, man, and take heed to those instructions. All right. It says, submit yourselves therefore to Yahawashi. Resist the devil, and he will flee from you. Man, resist this, man. Resist the devil, resist those unclean spirits, resist those unclean thoughts and infirmities and afflictions. Man, resist those things. You know what I'm saying? Man, it says resist those things, right? Resist the devil, and he will flee from you, man. And man, once you do that wholeheartedly and you put in your best foot forward to do that, man, you're gonna start to see those how I say, man, you're gonna see those desires, or those thoughts, or those man, you're gonna see those things start to decrease. You're gonna see those things start to fade as you get stronger in the spirit, as you get stronger in your faith, as you continue to take that medicine, that ointment, and apply that healing unto yourself, man. You're gonna see those things fade within your own life. It says, man, resist the devil, and he will flee from thee. All right. And that's basically, man, that's basically like starving them out. You know what I'm saying? Because, man, the devil and these wicked, unclean, perverse spirits, they feed on what comes in. You feel what I'm saying? So if what's coming in is man, sickness and unrighteousness, wickedness, man, that's that you know what I'm saying? You feeding the devil, man. You feeding that spiritual demon Satan and those unclean spirits and those unclean thoughts, right? But if you man, if you change your diet per se, and you filter what you're taking in, you know what I'm saying, and you feed in the spirit rather than the flesh, man, you ultimately you gonna starve out those unclean spirits, man, and you know, and ultimately it'll flee from you, man. The devil will flee from you. All right, and once he does, and once you are able to, you know, escape those things, you know, man, furnish your house, you know, with the word of the Lord, Yahawashi, man. Continue taking in that medicine, that the very medicine that healed you, man, through your faith and through your understanding, right? Again, like say you like actually sick, right? And you you know, once you throw up all that stuff, and you know, you, man, continue to take, don't man, or say you got sick from a bad diet, right? So you get sick, right? And man, you know, you go through the sickness, you throw up, and you know, you expel all of that sickness. Don't go back to that same diet. You know what I'm saying? Continue eating right, you know, per se. Continue eating right to further prevent getting sick again. You know what I'm saying? Man, continue to eat right, man. Continue to apply that ointment, that medicine, to continue to move in healing, man. All right. And it says, back at James chapter 4, in verse 7, it says, submit yourselves therefore to Yahawashi, resist the devil, and he will flee from you. Draw nigh to Yahawah. Well, I'll read it verbatim. Draw nigh to God, Yahawashi, draw close unto the Lord, and he will draw nigh to you. Right, man. Just like the woman, man, she got close to the Lord. To the point she touched his garment. And what the scripture say, man, he turned around and comforted her, man. All right. So you you seek the Lord, Yahawashi, and his healing in truth and in sincerity, man, he'll draw close unto you. All right. It says, where is it? Come on, it says, draw nigh to Yahawah, and he will draw nigh to you. Cleanse your hands, ye sinners, and purify your hearts, ye double-minded. All right, so cleanse your hands, man. Once you, man, literally, like, once you get that sickness up off you, man, wash your hands and keep them clean. All right. It says, ye sinners, because that's ultimately what brings in those various different sicknesses and impurities and unclean spirits, man, is the sin. All right. It says, and purify your hearts, and hearts just mean your mind. So purify your mind. And again, how do you do that? You know, through the filtering of those thoughts and transforming your mind through the word of the Lord, Yahawashi, man, through faith, through understanding. All right. So, and man, this man, the Lord literally giving the prescription, man. All right. You just got to follow the instructions and believe that adhering to that prescription and those instructions is going to heal you. You know what I'm saying? If you do these things in truth and in sincerity, man, it says, draw nigh to Yahawah, and he will draw nigh to you. Cleanse your hands, ye sinners, and purify your hearts, ye double-minded, man. So you can't be double-minded, man. You know, make up your mind to wash your hands, keep your hands clean, purify your mind, keep your mind purified through the word of the Lord, Yahawashi, subdue, you know, these fleshly thoughts, these wicked thoughts, these mortal thoughts, right? And it says ye double-minded. So, man, you can't be you can't be consuming the very thing that's making you sick while trying to heal. Or, you know what I'm saying? Nah, man, no. You have to let go. You gotta let go of everything that's causing you to be sick in order to truly be healed, man. Or that medicine, that healing is not gonna take hold. It's not gonna take effect. All right. You know, like if you got food poisoning, right? And man, you're taking medicine for food poisoning, but your appetite you ain't got no control over your appetite. So even though you took the medicine, you go right back and eat the same foods that cause you to have food poisoning. You feel me? It don't work like that. All right. So, man, just again, verse 8, draw nigh unto Bahasham Yahawashi, and he will draw nigh to you. Man, the door is open. That hand of opportunity is there. All right. That healing is there. That cleanliness is there. That opportunity is there. All right. You just gotta draw nigh unto it, man. You gotta, man, seek the Lord, you know, and you know, man, it says, and he will draw nigh to you. Cleanse your hands, ye sinners, and purify your hearts, ye double-minded, man. All right. And that was man, pretty much the point on that, man, is, you know, submit yourselves unto the Lord Yahawashi, who is the ultimate physician, man. All right. Resist the devil, man. Man, resist wickedness, man. Resist the you know, these things that make you sick. All right. Resist those things, man. All right. And watch them flee from you, man. You know, it says, man, and submit yourselves, all right, and draw nigh unto the Lord Yahawashi, man. Man, wash your hands, man. You know, be done with it. You feel me, man? Be done with it and move forward within that. All right. And I got I got one more I'm gonna end it on. And this is the, let me find it 1 second. All right, this is the book of 2nd Esdras, chapter 14, and 2nd Esdras, chapter 14, and verse 14. It says, "Let go from thee mortal thoughts, cast away the burdens of man, put off now the weak nature," man. All right, so let go of your mortal thoughts, man. These fleshly thoughts. Because they ultimately, these mortal thoughts are rooted in wickedness, man. You know, because this flesh is wicked. You know, so you gotta let go of these mortal thoughts, man. Let go of those different sicknesses, man, that come, that, you know, that manifest through your thoughts. You know what I'm saying? Let go of those mortal thoughts. Cast away the burdens of man. All right, man, cast off the burdens of yourself in this world, and take up the Lord's yoke. All right, because it is light. You know what I'm saying? If you, when you're under those burdens of man, it seems like it's so hard and so heavy to get that up off you. You feel what I'm saying? But it's not. That's the deceit of this fleshly mind and these fleshly thoughts. All right, man. The Lord's yoke is easy. His burden is light. All right. So, man, take up the yoke of the Lord Yahawashi, man. All right. It says, put off now the weak nature. All right. And again, man, that weak nature, man, put off unbelief, doubt, second guessing, man, put off the deeds of this flesh, put off these mortal thoughts, man, put off wickedness, put off sin. All right, that's all. That's weakness, man. You know, gird up thy loins as a man. All right, and you know, be strong and courageous within the Lord Yahawashi, man. Again, come boldly unto the throne of grace. You know what I'm saying? Man, you can't do that if you know what I'm saying. You can't do that if you dwelling in the weak nature of this flesh, man, in this world. All right, it says, and set aside the thoughts that are most heavy unto thee, and haste thee to flee from these times, man. All right, so, man, set aside them thoughts that are most heavy unto you, man. Man, give it unto the Lord, man. Submit yourself unto the Lord Yahawashi, man. Don't concern yourself with those different sicknesses and infirmities and you know, unclean spirits and so on and so forth. Don't concern yourself with those things, right? Man, just seek out that healing and believe that the Lord Yahawashi will heal you, and put in the work to back up that belief, right? And move within that in truth and in sincerity, and you don't have to worry about nothing, man. You know what I'm saying? Just believe in the Lord Yahawashi, and that He'll heal you, He'll make you whole, and just put forth the work and the effort behind that, and watch Him do it. All right, you know, it ain't no, man. Don't let them, you know what I'm saying? Don't get caught up in them thoughts. Don't get caught up in that sickness, man. Once the Lord heal you, all right. But first and foremost, you have to know and believe that the Lord Bahasham Yahawashi can and will heal you. All right, if you sincerely believe and you're doing those things that are required of you to get that said healing, man, through the transforming and the renewing of your mind, your heart, all right, through the correcting of your steps, through your self-examination, all right, through your chastisements and afflictions, man, through your through your studying and your learning and your understanding, all right, man, the Lord will do it, man. All right, in his testimonies and accounts all throughout this book, you know, and his also testimonies and accounts all throughout this faith, you know what I'm saying? You know, from brothers and men of the Lord in these days and times. All right. And kind, man, that was on my last precept, you know. And again, the point just being, man, believe that the Lord Yahawashi can heal you, man. All right. And with that, I'm gonna say, call halayim la Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi Bahasham ha Raka Kwadash Amamath. All right. Double honors to the apostles and elders of GMS. Double honors to my elder as well, Aharwan Ban Yasharala. Shalom to the Akim, the brothers and the women and children that sincerely believe, man. I pray and hope that this lesson was edifying and are encouraging. And with that, I'm gonna say shalom, man. Shalom.